Christian school that banned a senior from graduation after the senior posted on social media that she's gay now says she will get her diploma. I first brought you the story yesterday, how Tennessee Christian Preparatory School stated in a letter to senior Morgan Armstrong that she had violated the school's social media policy. Armstrong not only posted a picture of she and her girlfriend, but also sent a private message to friends asking for their support because of, quote, ruthless Trump-supporting Jesus MFs on social media. Armstrong says she was talking about a relative and never named the school in either the public post or private message. The school stated in a letter that they were withholding her diploma until next month, and if she continued slandering the school, they would share the posts and messages with colleges. Armstrong is now suing the school. In a statement today, the head of school wrote that they are disappointed over the inaccuracies in the lawsuit and, quote, despite this supposed legal dispute, Tennessee Christian remains fully committed to delivering Morgan Armstrong's diploma. The statement goes on to wish Armstrong the very best as she continues her academics in college.
Again, that was an update on Jeremy Finley's reporting. You can watch the entire story from last night right now on WSMV.com.